Hey everybody, we're back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about this little gem. It is the PowKiddy V90. Now obviously this little clamshell device is inspired by the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. Obviously there's very little difference in form factor from that device. This one, however, feels a little bit more like a kid's toy in the hand. The plastic itself just feels lighter, has a little bit of some graininess to it. Definitely not a lot of gloss on the outside of this device. It came in two colors. This is the orange, and it came in a bright yellow. And then just recently they released a black version of the device. These devices are notoriously underpowered, right? So this particular device is equipped with an all-winner F1C100S processor, which is not standard in any way. It's got 32 megabytes of RAM and a 3-inch display at 320 by 240. So obviously super underpowered device. It has, in my opinion, only a few shining features. One is that it is powered by a USB-C port, right? That is a welcome addition to this device because I am a huge fan of USB-C charging as opposed to micro USB, which is the kind of caliber device that this is, in my opinion. So I'm really glad to see that here. I love the clamshell design. You're going to find out through a bunch of other videos we're going to be making that my preferred design for a handheld is exactly this, clamshell. And in addition to those items, there is one other feature that I have almost never seen on these retro emulator devices, which is a standardized removable battery, right? So this is a feature that I wish all handhelds had, because this really ensures the longevity of the device. Because when this battery fails, and it will fail, right? All rechargeable batteries have a lifespan. Good rechargeable batteries can be charged 1,000 times without degrading below 90% of charge. This battery, no matter what its quality, will eventually fail. And when it does, I want to be able to replace it. So this is, in my opinion, the best feature of this particular device. What's unfortunate is that this package just simply doesn't cut it. And here's why. On-off switch, physical on-off switch, huge fan of that, love the physical on-off switch. Every device should have that, in my opinion, so I know when I'm turning it on and when I'm turning it off. When you originally purchased this device from PowKiddy, it has the stock firmware, which is absolute garbage. It looks terrible, and it does not perform very well. And so, of course, the custom firmware community has come in for the win, and they have produced a custom firmware version for this device. It is a custom Linux distro. Excuse me, not a distro. It's not a distribution at all. It's just a custom Linux firmware, and it is so much better than the stock firmware. So, big fan of that, and of course, it's got some really charming features, right? So this is a little blown out. The brightness is a little blown out here. These designs in this is actually pretty great. I'm a big fan of this custom firmware. I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do. I think that it is far better than the stock firmware, which I'm very happy to see. But this particular device is just hugely underpowered. And I say that in the fact that I can't run all Super Nintendo games, SNES, Super Famicom, whatever you want to call it. I can't run all of them. And specifically, I can't run Super FX chip games, right? So we're talking Star Fox, we're talking Vortex. We're talking Yoshi's Island, right? So it doesn't pass the Yoshi's Island test, in my opinion. Wolf Den and Retro Dodo and Retro Game Corp, you guys came up with the Yoshi's Island test, and quite frankly, if the device doesn't pass the Yoshi's Island test, I'm out. It's got to be able to play the entire catalog of Super Nintendo for me. So, that said, this device is a fantastic little device with a little bit more power, with an updated chipset, maybe the chipset that is in our next device that we're going to review, which is the 351V, the 3326. Maybe this device would be a lot better. I like a lot of things about this particular device. The form factor, the USB-C charging, the physical on-off button. It's got a manual scroll wheel for volume. Oh, man. Those kinds of things are fantastic. But the chip inside is just completely underpowered. And, I mean, I can't even... If I can't get through the SNES collection, then or rather Nintendo 64, PlayStation, those are all non-starters. So for me, this is a great form factor device. It's a great feature device, but is too underpowered for it to be my go-to device that I keep in my pocket everywhere. That being said, this device can be ordered directly from PowKiddy or elsewhere on the internet for $39. So when a device is $39 and it is as full featured as a physical device as this, I give it a little bit of some credit, because for $39, if you are just getting into retro game play on these portable emulators, it is a no-brainer to buy one of these, tinker around with it, play around with it. Okay, can't play everything you want, but you know what? If you get one of these and you like it, and you want to play more, and you want to do more, then the $39 you spent on this kind of learning about retro game emulation was well spent. And hey, keep it as your first retro device, right? I can say that that's pretty much what I did. $39, I figured, what the heck, let's check it out. It could do almost everything I wanted, except for those last key games. So I tinkered, I messed around, I tried to play around with it, can't get it to run through the whole catalog. So it's on my shelf behind me with my original. You'll see the original Game Boy. It's mine from when I was a young man. So I keep it on my shelf with me. It's a great piece. I love it for what it is. But it is not my go-to. Keep in my pocket every day, all day. Walk around with me. So listen, if you like the videos we're making and you got something to add, just put a comment below. I'll see if I can find a link to purchase this somewhere and put it in the description below. And, if you like the videos, if you like the content, subscribe. If not, that's cool too. We'll see you on the next video.